Hey guys, welcome to a quote-unquote new format for Unification. I call it Bro-op, but it's more of a co-op game. You might or might not know it from my German series where I do it with friends that I know in IRL, but this is a little different. This time in Unification, I decided let's invite some members from the community and play a survival game together and have it like a little chat, interview, talk kind of thingy. And who else would I ask first other than Mr. Caldaris?
Good evening.
The OG YouTube content creator for Unification, at least in my book. Yeah, it's nice that you joined me here, but in fact I'm joined your game, so we can kind of make it work.
Yes, we've had some Dow has been dowing tonight.
Yeah. maybe we found some new bugs, who knows. Just cross the fingers that we can start now.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
No bug splat.
And it a bit more, maybe I wait a load. Almost. There we go.
There we go. Excellent. Right.
So, the general idea behind this is that the guest, so to speak, decides what factions and what map and what settings, and then we play and live or die together, basically. So
well, we are on harder and heroic, so
we may die.
Yes.
But yeah, we chose Necrons, or you chose Necrons. I chose Thousand Suns, as these are your two, I should say, favorite factions. Hopefully, I'm not taking your points here. You don't need points that much, right?
No. I get these two in my sort of little fortressy bit, and I'll get 2 up here. Probably.
All right. It's your map? The relic is the critical location is kind of in reach, which is nice. So it's
yes.
not. And I just noticed I had a completely, let's say, not so good start here. But okay. Well, this happens
somewhat ironically, during the testing for this, I managed to spawn in with all pylons.
Yes.
I haven't this time.
It's so awesome. I did when I made the what is it called again, the sneak peek for IG. I restarted as often as I needed to get to artillery platforms. It took a while.
Yeah, I believe you can do the same with orcs now.
Yes, orcs and no Death Guard Creek. Not, it's a separate building there.
Yeah.
So yes, as I have prepared some questions that our good friend Caldaris will answer or will not answer. He can choose to just either answer me with awkward silence or just tell something else. But the first question I have is more of a personal question. So if the viewers here don't know you, or I'm totally honest, I only know you from the YouTubes and from the channel as well. If you want to, you can tell something about the guy behind the microphone. If you want to. What is your, I don't know, your age or something, but what only what you want to share, really.
Well, I'm 28, and I'm in my sort of real life job. I'm a computer engineer, so computers are pretty much my entire life, to be honest. I spend the majority of my time staring at screens. Okay, it's what you enjoy, isn't it?
Actually, it's kind of similar for me, not for a computer, but yeah, in my job I also stare at a monitor for quite some time, so can relate to that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, the computer industry, the IT industry as a whole, it's taken a very sharp turn due to world events for the past few years, with a lot of working from home and all that sort of stuff now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite an interesting turn from where it was a few years ago.
So the demand is higher, I guess?
It is definitely higher, yes. There's a lot more, and there's a lot more actual configuration that goes on in the actual systems themselves.
So if I understand it correctly, you're not like a coder in that sense, or are you?
No, all I do is I really just put like pre-agreed builds onto systems.
All right.
Generally, that's my thing.
Just taking a quick look around what's
Yeah, I'm trying to
there's
find the war gear.
some nasty guardians looking at you.
Yeah, I'm just murdering guardians, but I can't find the hammers anywhere.
Was there a ping already? No. Oh Jesus, there's the first falcon coming, and I
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
lost the critical location already.
Yeah, I lost my critical as well. Oh, we got fire dragons coming in. My Necron Lord has got stuck. Always good.
Good, yeah, that sounds like really good so far for us. My craft time got stuck as well. My attacking craft tank, that is. So that's nice. And also the Harlequin hero is dancing and not attacking. This is kind of fitting. Now he's walking somewhere, but that's okay.
Yeah.
On your side, guardians. Oh, there's some in your base. Do you need some help?
Yes, I noticed. I'm sending my lord back.
I'm struggling like a madman. What? I want.
Wait, ones go.
Where am I? That's like talking and playing at the same time. I'm really bad, especially if it's not my native language. So apologies for all face palms moments here.
Falcon craft tank's coming in again.
All right, mine got killed. So maybe I get a turret in your base, maybe, or is it? Maybe it's a good idea. Who knows, really? And warp gate opening. Where is that one?
Good question. I can't actually see it.
Oh boy. We chose Eldar because we have two slow factions to have a faster faction then. Oh, there they are in my base. But they should not have detection.
Come on. I need to get the death marks out. Not as strong as they once were, but they are certainly still potent.
Yeah, that they are. So now that maybe the first thing is calming down a bit. I said that you're the OG YouTube guy, at least for me, for Unification. I saw that your YouTube account is from 2014. Were you making YouTube like from this date on, or when did you start and with what?
So, I actually started a long time ago. So, through the years, I've had multiple YouTube accounts. And due to some issues, I kept deleting them. whenever I got pressed with it or whatever. And yeah, so technically I actually started over 10 years ago.
So this would be, in a quick math on
long
stream,
time.
it would be long. Let's say it that way.
So I started during the time. Do you remember the really old YouTube layout when you went on someone's profile and it had the bar at the left side of the screen?
I'm using YouTube also really long, but I have completely forgotten about all the different layouts. If they would change something, I would notice it and then forget it in the second later. So,
yeah, I'd say probably I would have started when I was 12 or 13, possibly.
but yeah, this is
So
15 years ago. If
I think it was 15 years ago. That sounds a lot longer than it actually feels.
you feel younger. Oh, come on! Don't kill my units. Gosh darn it!
Getting murdered over there.
Yeah, my Hellblades are not holding good against fire dragons. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I never would have guessed that one.
I need a tech up, I guess. So, and when did you first did Dawn of War stuff then? That would be also interesting. Like you said, you started that by that time, but this game is like 20 years old, something. So you could have maybe also have done already stuff for Dawn of War at least.
Yeah, I didn't actually start doing Dawn of War until a lot later. I think my first Dawn of War video was 13?
Okay,
possibly.
so
Well, it was some point after Ultimate Apocalypse came out, because I started with that.
a lot of people seem to started with that, or at least has kind of covered it or something.
Yeah, at that point, there wasn't really that many Dawn of War mods. Unification wasn't a thing back then. So, yeah, that tended to be the big mod that everyone gravitated towards.
I see.
Obviously nowadays you've got Unification and Crucible as well.
And Pro and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah. I think Pro actually was around at that point.
Did it? Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Pro is actually quite an old mod from what I remember. Don't take my word for it though.
So this was Dawn of War and Unification. We can go a little deeper on that question. So what was your first thing how should I say? How did you came in contact with it? What would be a good question? And yeah, and when did you start doing content?
So Unification, I first heard about it from Killbot, who you may
I know
remember. He introduced me to it. It was quite a while ago, and the first faction I played, it was during the 4.6. Yeah, it's during the 4.68 days, and the first faction I played was the Emperor's Children.
Huh.
And it took me a while to readjust to the vanilla balance, but with the aid of some of the actual devs posting on the video and things like that, yeah, I sort of got back into it, and
yeah, because
now it's all I play.
Because you were doing UA before.
Yes.
I see, I see. Okay. But the Killbot, did you know Killbot before? Like was he watching your stuff or?
Yeah, he was watching my my UA stuff at the time.
And he was saying, hey, look at this new shiny mod.
Yes.
I see, I see.
And yeah, that was trying to think of when that was now. Me and time don't really go hand in hand. But it was a few years ago. I know that much.
I see. Okay, interesting. So, learned something new today. Oh, yes. I just got, again, the big knockback from the spawn. Once the accounts model got yeeted around the map. And I see you have a little pylon friend now. Second one getting built, a third one as well.
Yep. Now,
Nice.
speaking of knockback, I discovered something rather amusing yesterday. So, you know the Inquisition Demon Hunters?
I certainly do.
It's called Banish ability that the Inquisitor Lord has.
Yes.
So apparently, that knocks back in the direction that a character is facing. I don't know how that works, but whatever. So I had a Chaos Lord that was charging towards me. I used it on him, and suddenly he was in the middle of my army and got immediately cast out of existence by all the Grey Knights of Terror.
So you basically yoinked him back to your army.
Yep. It's like the Locust from StarCraft 2.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about something like that. Okay, learn something new as well. So, getting some heavy tanks out now to face all this nonsense here.
I've still not got an engaged monolith.
I'm having basically no infantry. I'm playing it like I would play skirmish, which is probably not a good idea, but that's how I do it right now.
Still very confused about war gear. Like, I turned it on,
Yeah,
but the hammers are nowhere.
maybe in the enemy base.
Probably. Just out of spite.
Yeah.
Send my Necron Lord around to see if he can...
Reinforcements arrive. I have not gotten a reinforcement yet. I always lost the critical location like a second before.
Yeah, that tends to be how it goes.
So, your favorite factions, we said it before, are Thousand Suns and Necrons.
Yes.
Why? How come, you could say?
So, one thing with me is that any single game series, I will always play the undead. I am a big fan of undead factions. And Necrons in 40k are basically the closest thing to. I am also a big fan of ancient Egypt, which obviously Necrons... Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Thousand Suns, I very much like magic and all forms of sorcery, which, as heretical as that is, yeah, Thousand Suns have it in spades. And Zinch, I don't know, he's just a bit of a cool chaos god, really.
Yeah, that's also a question I kind of have is why Siege basically, but you kind of said it already. You like sorcery, and yeah, this would fit the bill, I guess.
Yeah, he certainly does. And I don't know, Zeech is... like a lot of the aesthetics of the Tzeentch stuff I quite like as well. I mean, look at all the Thousand Suns architecture, and I sort of like that kind of Egyptian-ish.
I mean, both of them
stuff.
have pyramids and stuff, so they are both kind of close to your Egyptian thing you mentioned. So
Yeah.
I can see that. Okay. Let's see, you're still holding strong. I see you have turrets going. I kinda get my units out now as well. Maybe massive battles weren't enough with when I look at what I want to field also. We will see.
Yeah, massive battles is a good compromise for pathing, but
Yeah, true.
when you have as much stuff as you have in Unification, yeah, it feels a bit too small.
Because you want to have this goodie and this goodie and oh, this would be nice. It's like in a toy
Exactly.
store.
Yeah, it's
Ah, yeah.
You're right.
I have to admit I didn't look as close. There's some Eldar stuff distracting me.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't even know why I'm bothering to try and collect it, because I'm just gonna get the ancient pyramid and go for one of the pharaons anyway, probably.
Yeah, what is your favorite? There are like 3 new ones as well. In the old ones, mine been Xun Bakir, but for the new ones, I'm not really decided yet.
I don't know. I quite like. I kind of like old General Grievous. I know he's not actually called General Grievous. He's something the Moon Killer or something like that. I don't know. I don't know his name. But
What does he do? So I don't know the names either.
so he is the one who can summon those what are essentially pariahs with capes, and he can also summon a sentry pylon
Yeah,
wherever
this
he
one.
likes. Yeah, so and that's pretty funny if you stick a pylon right in the middle of an Imperial Guard player's base, because the units go everywhere.
Indeed, it is. Unless you're on the receiving end, of course.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, the pylon is, I believe, weaker than your standard pylon, but the knockback is still really useful.
Wow. Okay, so the kicker is the knockback.
There we go, Galmac, the Moon Killer.
I look at your pyramid. Where is he actually?
Oh no, I'm just mousing over the tooltips of the allegiances. Yeah, so the 3 new ones, you've got Ankra the Traveller, who I have horribly mispronounced. But he gets the Eternals, which are beefed up Immortals. You get Galmac, who gets the Pariahs and the Sentry Pylon, summon wherever he likes. And you've got Sylphek the Celestial, who comes with his own tank and summons the Tombstalker.
That's something I also really liked. In his own, what is it called again? Actually,
It is a Annihilation Barge.
yes, which some unit tank that I really enjoy in general as well. I collected my hammer. Okay. Been here, done that. So
I'm actually tempted to go for one of the older Ferons. I mean, Imhotep has been nerfed, but he's still pretty beefy.
Yes, yeah, all pretty good. I mean, as they kind of should, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, nobody.
It hasn't get buffed at all. Do you know? I know Trazen wasn't. He was probably the weakest of the three originals.
With the illusion, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I used him in campaign, I was like, what is he actually meant to do?
Which is a shame because he's my favourite voice as well, voiceover.
And he's also the most sorcery of the bunch.
He's basically like the Indiana Jones of the Necron faction. He just goes around collecting things and putting them in his museum, regardless as to whether it was owned or not.
That sounds like about how you should do it, right?
Yeah, that sounds.
Don't ask questions. Just
very
do
familiar to my country.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, kinda, yeah.
Hey, I'm British. I get to make fun of us.
All right. So I have to admit I'm not subscribed to you, but I have glimpsed over your YouTube every now and then. I noticed that you played some different games as well. Are there some games you, or let's say some genre or one specific games you enjoy the most, you want to or you would recommend to someone?
So, I mean, my favourite games all tend to be mostly RTSs, like this Total War Warhammer. I very much enjoy. I've been playing a lot of, on my channel itself, I've been playing a lot of Terraria of late. Because I never really got into the latest updates. I remember playing it when I was at school, and yeah, it's certainly changed a lot. It is pretty fun. But it's a lot more difficult than I remember.
I never got really, how should I say, warm with it. I know that it exists and I tried it once as well, but yeah. Coming from Minecraft, it feels totally different.
It is very different, yeah. The two were frequently compared to one another, but there's not really much in the way of full-on similarities.
It's just you build stuff. That's basically it.
Yeah. That's the. I mean, until recently, Terraria didn't even have a creative mode, so it's definitely more RPG. Yeah, with building mechanics.
Yeah, which looking at it, like watching it on other someone's channel, it's like, oh, this is cool, and then I started playing it like. In the third day I was like, what is going on here? What should I do?
Yeah, it can get very much like that sometimes, and when you're fighting some of the bosses, it just feels like you're supposed to have the reflexes of a god, which unfortunately I don't really.
No, I me neither. Just looking at your little entry line here, really nice. Getting greeted by a little monolith, pylons, annihilation barge, everything. Oh yeah, stop, don't pan too low to get my units as well in, and game will...
I'm hoping to get a what's it called? Aeonic Orb out, but we'll see.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, true. I have a prospector, but that's basically all Thousand Suns can do in terms of Titans, right? I'm not missing something.
Yeah, that's their highest tier unit. Is the Prosperator.
Yeah, Prosperator. Sorry.
Prosperator.
I'm not.
Well,
good with
either
the names.
Prosperator or Prosperator.
Prosperator. Whatever you want to call it. I pronounced it wrong. I'm just
fancy floating tank with blue things that shoots.
Yeah, it's like I'm in a close-up. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 weapons if this big one at the front shows. But I don't think it does. 7.
Yeah, it's got a
Holy shit.
Well, it's a Bane blade. That's kind of its shtick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and a Bar of Cain. How cute.
Okay, so I'm pretty much maxed out now. This is what I thought if I want to play survival I would need to have a little talk thingy going on, because about like how many minutes, half an hour, this is I could have been here earlier, like 20 minutes in, you basically have everything in the book apart from maybe a tier 2 Titan, and then it's, for me, most of the time it's a waiting game. Just sit here and kill everything. So that's why I thought a little talk would be nice here. And there we have the Lich God, and it's actually the, what do you call it, Imhotep. You chose him.
I did. I went for the Stormlord because he seems to be the best for survival, even with his nerfs.
Yeah, it's Imhotep, not the. Yeah, sorry, the other one looks similar, but it's the Traveler, right? Yeah, it's not. Let's see. So this is Terraria. I've seen something that's I think it's pretty old, the videos, but you did play some Warcraft 3 mod that added some interesting factions like the Void people and whatnot. That was really interesting to me, but I think it's kind of old videos, isn't it?
It's an older video, yeah. The problem is that when Blizzard released Warcraft 3 Reforged, a lot of things broke.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't seem quite as stable as it used to. I mean, I kind of lost my luster for Warcraft 3 after Reforged happened.
Many did.
That's a game I've played since my early childhood.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's sad because Warcraft 3 was one of the first RTS I ever played, and was really crap at it, of course. But then played it quite a lot. Even the modded what do you call it, custom games and whatnot. It was big fun. I played a lot, and then Reforged. I had so big hopes for Reforged, like making a let's play with the new graphics and generally enjoying the campaign once more and whatnot. And then we know what happened.
Yeah, that's what I planned to do as well. And then it came out, and I was like, maybe not. It didn't help as well that there was a large contingent of people. Well, I say a large contingent. There was a contingent of people at the time who were going around just being highly toxic on any Reforged videos they could find.
Yeah, because they hate what happened. Yeah, but don't blame the content creator. Just a quick notice: you have a lonely resort monolith standing over here.
Oh, so I do.
just if you want to.
We'll take him over. Yeah.
Yeah. So Warcraft 3 kind of died, sadly.
It did. Yeah. The thing I'm getting into at the moment is Command and Conquer mods.
So not the actual games. Like there are a lot of Command and Conquer games. So which one actually?
So a lot of mods nowadays, they're either based on Tiberium's Sun or Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge. or Siberian Wars, which is Command and Conquer 3.
Yeah, I only played the 3, and I remember playing as a child like the first one, but was like, what the heck is going on? Played 3 missions, was too bad, didn't continue.
Number 1 is very old.
Yes.
Kind of like I went back a little while ago and I played Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans.
Oh shit, never played that.
It's considered one of the first modern style RTSs. And it shows with you can only select like 4 units at a time. So think of StarCraft 1 but worse.
Yeah, I mean, in today's standard, 12 units from Warcraft 3 is pretty, how should I say, antique.
Yes.
But
yeah, it's very antiquated.
But yeah, that's the word. That shows my my second language. So the mods, what do the mods change? Do they just expand the roster, or do they exchange the existing, I guess, 2 to 3 factions depending on what you play?
So one of the ones I played was Tiberium Essence, which, like you say, expands the rosters quite substantially for Nod, GDI and Scrin. The mod that I've just got finished playing is called Twisted Insurrection, which is an alternate sort of timeline thing if Nod won the first Tiberian War. And that actually adds different sub-factions to each of the main factions.
I mean, wasn't this thing of Kane's Wrath, like having sub-factions to the existing factions, like the Black Hand and something?
Like Kane's Wrath, yeah. But Twisted Insurrection was made in... Well, it's based off Tiberium's Sun.
Alright.
Which was 95, I think.
I just recorded a restored monolith driving over a wraith, what is it, a knight who got killed.
Careful.
Oh yeah. Killing it just to be safe. Woof! You saved us.
Well,
I don't know what happened there, really.
Well, they were stuck over here by this pylon dancing for about 2 minutes. And then I guess they just pathed their way around? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So...
Got a bit confused.
Yeah. Whew, this was close. Here's the new hero, the Phoenix Lord. Now see him die. Next to a million other Eldar corpses. Yeah, but back to the topic. Command and Conquer was something I tried to get in on, and here we see the Aeon Orb in action as well. Tried to get into, I played the 3, Tiberian Wars, whatever it's called. Played the campaign, and I wrote it in the Discord the other day. I never get really into the control scheme of the units and everything, basically. So that's sad. I saw some more or less pro plays, and it's really nice to watch, I have to say. But playing myself, I was never really good. Whoa. FPS
it took
dropping.
me a while to figure out that the way that you get units to attack move against buildings, set them to aggressive stance. It took me a while to figure that one out.
Yeah, exactly. I was, if you're coming from like Warcraft 3 or something, where you're just like, if I A move, everything gets attacked, even buildings. And then suddenly they just ignore the buildings. You're like, what are you doing? Yeah, but I think everyone who is like was growing up with Command and Conquer would be like, yeah, why would I want the units to attack the buildings? I guess.
Yeah, I can understand that perspective. I mean, when you have things that are shooting your units, then you'd probably want your units to fire back at them as opposed to just attacking a very intimidating looking wooden post. But
I mean, this came probably before the origin for it is before like smart AI of the units, that they would focus first units that can fire back.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
Just speculating here. Yes, this map has actually a lot of negative cover for the units coming in. That's neat. Never played this map before, I have to say.
Yeah, we have it on this side as well. Although Necrons aren't affected by cover, really, so
No, I mean,
doesn't really bother us in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, the units coming in get negative cover while I shoot at them. That's nice to have.
It's my Seraptech is having a bit of a day of confusion, it seems.
I will just kill every stream of Siege I will have now, just to be...
Just in case.
Yeah. I just noticed that you get like favored Rubik Marines. I didn't know that before. Is this a new thing or was it before as well?
Yes, so they're a exclusive, survival exclusive unit for the Thousand Suns.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've never actually got them. So I don't know what they do in comparison to the standard rubrics, but
yeah, probably stronger.
Yeah, that's normal, I guess.
So I'm getting the end of my little list here. So there would be one question: what hobbies do you have outside of gaming? You said you stare at the monitor quite a lot, but do you have anything that is not PC related you enjoy from time to time?
Now that is all the stuff I enjoy is on a computer because I also like writing stories.
Yeah, let's see. That's
and
something. I was aiming for.
Yeah, I do it through Google Drive. But yeah, I do like writing in my spare time. I am writing a novel, but I sort of keep getting writer's blocked, which is kind of annoying, as you can imagine.
Sad.
So I'd say it's still coming along nicely, though. And like people who watch my videos as well may have seen the color schemes referencing them.
Interesting.
With either Arcasna, Caldari, yada yada yada.
So are you willing to share some insights on it, or is it like if you want to know it, go find yourself?
Well, good luck finding it because I haven't actually released any of it publicly yet.
All right.
So yeah, I'll share some things about it. At least in its current form, because I do change things quite a bit as it's obviously unreleased.
As the print change would do.
Yes, change is inevitable. So in the current sort of quote-unquote lore, it all takes place during a second Titanomachy, which, for those who are unaware, the Titanomachy is the war between the gods, the Greek gods specifically, I believe, and the Titans. And in this, Titans have got bored of being in Tartarus, and they're like, right, we're gonna break out now and start wreaking havoc, because screw you. And yeah, that's sort of there's a cult dedicated to them and all of this sort of stuff. But the main character is actually a void creature that's they kind of wear bodies almost, so they have access to a law of magic called flesh crafting, which allows them to basically craft bodies for themselves.
So this if you say law of magic, this sounds very Warhammer talkish.
There is a lot of Warhammer influence. Yeah.
I would
in fact,
imagine.
there was actually, at one point, there was actually too much Warhammer influence, and I had to get rid of some of the stuff, because otherwise Games Workshop would have thrown the book at me.
Yeah.
The Devakari were very chaos, but not bad guys.
Yeah. Who says chaos are the bad guys, you know? Yeah.
Games Workshop usually.
Yeah, but it's like I heard this comment saying like so who are the bad guys here? The good guys, and the common answer is we don't ask these questions really.
Yeah, in the Warhammer universe, everyone's the bad guys pretty much. Everyone's in it for their own survival.
Yeah, even Space Marines aren't like the nice guys. The nicest factions I heard are like your neighborhood salamanders burning heretic to crisp and repair your TV or something.
They do have their own issues. Like, I think it was their Primarch Vulcan, who, he has a bit of a, like, when he was young, his village was raided by Dark Eldar, and now he just hates Eldar entirely. Going so far as to burning Eldar children and things like that.
Oh crap! So
yeah, they have their own problems as well.
Yeah, who would have thought? Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know much about the lore, I have to admit, but it's something I just heard, so I was like putting it out here.
I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a lore master of Warhammer either. But no, I pick up bits from the Discord occasionally.
Yeah, that's basically my source of the lore as well, like the Discord.
Yeah. Though you obviously need to be a little bit careful with that, because everyone's going to have their own sort of headcanon.
Yeah. It's just so vast. It's like you cannot really like saying if something is canon or not. There are like so many sources that maybe even contradict themselves.
Yeah, whenever you have any big sort of universe, whether Warhammer or others, they can tend to contradict themselves. I mean, Warcraft is another example of that. With all the stuff added by all the various expansions, it's going to contradict itself in places.
I mean, the story of the Warcraft 3 by itself was really well thought out, but I actually never played WoW, so with all the expansions there is bound to be some contradictions. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the story of WoW has got increasingly poor over the years, but
I mean, if you try to continue the same old story again and again and again and again, it's like, yeah, too much sequels.
Yeah, eventually you just have to think to yourself, right, we need a new IP now.
Yes. That would any sane or any logical thinking person, but the financial person would say there are a lot of fans for it. Let's just continue making stuff for it.
Yeah, Blizzard is very much a company, so they're not going to let go of that anytime soon if they can avoid it.
Yeah, they're more like... it's just an opinion, I don't know for sure, but for me it's like ever since Activision and Blizzard connected, things went south.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's going to depend on, like, people's opinions, obviously. But yeah, I'm sort of in agreement with that one. Activision has sort of brought out the worst. The people that are at Blizzard now, they're not the original employees, so...
Yeah, it's such a good reputation before. It was like Blizzard releases when it's done, and for the players and whatnot, brought out one amazing game after the next in due time. But okay, we are getting a little sentimental here. Like two old guys talking here.
Yeah, sometimes when I talk about video games and stuff like that, I mean, I'm not that old, so obviously I've not seen all the, like, Nintendo Entertainment System craze and all that sort of stuff, but I still feel like when I'm talking about old games, I'm like one of those old guys with the rolling pins. And back in my day!
It kind of feels like it, and it probably is like it, like, yeah. But I'm kind of okay with it. Like, all these youngsters in their Fortnite.
Yeah. Speaking of like really old PC stuff, remember when mice used to have the little ball?
Ah, yeah, that were times.
Yeah.
You had to clean that.
You didn't want it.
Yeah.
You didn't want it thrown at you though.
No. I'm fine with laser mouses. It's like to clean these mouses was like a real pain.
It was.
But hey,
yeah.
Technology went on.
It did.
Flat monitors. How cool is that?
Yeah, I mean, although if you think about it, if it weren't for all those technological advances, we wouldn't be doing this video.
True, this wouldn't be possible, yeah. All the stuff here. I mean, it's an old game, but the tech around it, I think, it's so nice. It's to bring it back up that not everything is bad now and everything was better before. It's like the years we are in now, there are so much fan projects for old games. I noticed that there are a lot of things popping up, not only for Dawn of War, of course, but other games I played. There are like a lot of community patches and whatnot, unofficial patches and stuff, expanding the roster, fixing bugs that the developer never did. Like in my mind, it's like never know if you know it, but the Stronghold series.
Yes, I'm conceptually aware of it. I watched Lionheart X10 play it once.
All right. Yeah, like the first two games, Stronghold and Stronghold Crusader are considered the best by many. And there is an unofficial patch for the Crusader one, like fixing bugs, bringing in new mechanics, and there's a community that makes the AI really strong as well, because it was really lackluster in the release. So there's just one thing that the community is putting out. Another thing is a game it's the reason why I started YouTube, is the Age of Wonder series. Not as well known as other strategy games, but this is
I'm aware of it. I mean, I only really started playing Age of Wonders around 3, but
3
I was always more of a Heroes of Might and Magic guy.
I guess yeah. It's a different to hero to home, and it's sad that you started with the third one because it's in my book the worst of all, but still a good one in it. But yeah, therefore for my game I started with like Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. This was the game before the 3. There's a very small but very talented community still kind of alive. Just quitting this talk to see that we are now in wave 10 and having a Revenant Titan and stuff fighting against us. I will just quit talking about Age of Wonders because yeah, you either...
Yeah, I've got I had Eldrad over here and he went down to like 3 shots.
The Revenant Titan is also in the red already, but there's a Wraith Knight that wants to be killed first. Everything in 1 frame per second, of course.
Of course. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Like a
little... the Dow engine. You get above 10 FPS, then you're doing well.
It could be my hardware as well. My hardware isn't like the strongest, but I'm glad.
Especially not when you're running OBS.
I'm not running OBS. I have another program. I paid $40 for it, and it works. So it's actually it's not as good as OBS, but it's easier to use. So
right,
that's it. It's actually called Bandicam if someone wants to know.
Oh, I remember Bandicam.
It's really nice. It works still.
Yeah, Bandicam was what I used when I first started doing YouTube all those years ago.
I'm still using it. I cannot stream with it, of course, but still.
No.
Jesus. I need to get to the standard cam or my game will probably explode. So, last question, as we are finishing wave 10 here, I assume, is your... how should I put that together? It's more of idea how the future will unfold to Unification, or let's see, to your channel and in general. How do you feel what we will look at YouTube and on your channel in 1 year? Still Unification, and if so, what version, how many factions and stuff like that. Just like a little mind game.
Yeah, I'm still going to be doing Unification for a long time yet. I don't imagine there'll be another big version for quite a while. Because the way the uni devs, as you probably noticed, tend to work is more release single big version, release a couple of hot fixes for it, and then work on another massive content update. But regardless of the actual timetable of like when things come out, I'm still going to be playing Unification for ages. I mean, there's so much content for it. It's kind of hard to run out of ideas.
Yeah, that's something I want to write every time I read into Discord. Please add this, please add this. I'm in my mind like, have you played everything now? Do you really need more stuff? It's like, come on.
I mean, you can only add so much stuff before you start running into major RAM issues.
I mean,
we've seen it with this update, where people are running into RAM issues where they didn't before because of the extra content.
Yeah, but even like new factions, you will run out of ideas. You will to just copy. How should I say? Reskins, they call it, if you're just adding more and more without really thinking about it. That's what I like about Mr. Fuggles. He has such interesting ideas out of basically nowhere. This is something I find really amazing, I have to say.
Yeah, it's Legion of the Damned 13th. They're fun. They're very fun races to play.
Inari. Like the list goes on. He also made Harlequins. Yeah, more of the smaller factions, but with interesting mechanics, I would say. Oof, cool. We finishing up here. Nice. We did it.
Once the Eldar decide to finally die, there we go.
Wow. I will look around the map a little bit to close up the video here. And now frame rate is not an issue because it's nothing is moving. So in general, at finishing up this here, a big thanks for you to joining this little talky co-op thingy here.
No worries.
And of
Thanks
course,
for having me.
If you want to make a little, I mean, we did advertise the channel quite a bit, but if you want to add something to it, please do now. So now.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think we've already covered the majority of things, but yeah, so at the moment, I'm currently playing through Terraria, I'm currently playing this, obviously, and I am also going to be... I'm not exactly sure which game yet, but I'm either going to be playing Mental Omega, a mod for Yuri's Revenge, or I am going to be playing Battle Realms in Edition very soon. I haven't decided yet.
And you're
See on that one.
You're still playing Dawn of War 3. Hey.
I don't know. I've got to episode 8, and it's a slog. It's so poorly designed for single player. It was clearly made for the multiplayer component because the resource incomes are just so slow.
All right. So, but okay, that's that. Thanks for that. For the next, how should I say, episode, I will try to get someone else, obviously, but I have quite a list in my head that hopefully will join me. But without talking on for too long, as usual, guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.